The Vietnam War was a conflict of shadows and light, of immense power and unforeseen limits. A war that reshaped the world. This is the story of the longest conflict of the 20th century, the war that America could not win. It began long before the Americans arrived, in the struggle of a people determined to end nearly a century of French colonial rule. The 1954 defeat of the French at Dien Bien Phu signaled the end of one era and the violent beginning of another. The Geneva Accords split the country in two, a communist North and a Western-aligned South, a fault line in the global Cold War. In the early 60s, American involvement was limited to advisors and aid, but the domino theory made escalation inevitable. As the conflict grew, a massive infrastructure was built. Ports and airfields sprouted across the South, transforming the landscape into a fortress. 1964, the Gulf of Tonkin incident gave President Johnson the mandate to launch a full-scale military intervention. The gates were open. At Ia Drang, the U.S. Army faced North Vietnamese regulars for the first time. The battle validated the air cavalry concept, but at a heavy price. The jungle was an enemy in itself. Heat, disease, and the constant threat of an invisible foe turned every mission into a test of survival. The monsoons brought the war to a standstill, drenching the troops and making movement nearly impossible. Morale began to wear thin. Life for the grunt was a cycle of exhaustion and boredom, punctuated by moments of sheer terror. Their only world was their platoon. The Viet Cong fought from below. A vast network of tunnels allowed them to strike and disappear, leading to the dangerous work of the tunnel rats. U.S. forces conducted search and destroy missions, hoping to win through attrition. But for every insurgent killed, the political cost grew higher. From above, Operation Rolling Thunder unleashed a relentless campaign. The goal was to break the North's will by targeting its heart, but the results were costly and controversial. Napalm and Agent Orange were used to strip away the enemy's cover. The devastation was total, leaving scars on the land that remain today. The Ho Chi Minh Trail was the lifeline of the North. Despite the bombing, it remained a vital artery, funneling men and supplies south through hidden mountain passes. The 1968 Tet Offensive changed everything. It was a massive, coordinated attack that brought the war into the heart of South Vietnam's cities. The Battle of Hue was one of the longest and bloodiest. The historic city was left in ruins, a symbol of the war's destructive scale. It was the first television war. Every evening, the brutal reality of the front line was broadcast directly into American living rooms. Back home, a counterculture emerged. Music and protests became weapons of dissent as the nation split over the morality of the conflict. The revelation of the My Lai massacre shocked the world and deeply wounded the American spirit. The mission's purpose was now under fire. The expansion of the war into Cambodia in 1970 sparked fresh outrage, leading to the tragic shootings at Kent State. The war was now at home. Vietnamization aimed to hand over the fighting to the South. American troops began to leave, but the peace they left behind was fragile. The 1973 Paris Peace Accords finally ended U.S. combat involvement. For many Americans, it was a moment of profound relief and reflection. But without U.S. support, the South could not hold. In 1975, Saigon fell, and the war that had consumed so many lives was finally over. The maps were redrawn. A single unified Vietnam emerged from the ashes, but the cost of that unity was astronomical, both at home and abroad. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial in D.C. stands as a testament to those who served and those who were lost. A scar in the earth for a scar on the soul. Vietnam today is a nation of peace, but the lessons of that unwon war continue to echo. A reminder of the cost of conflict and the resilience of the human spirit.